Yo, guys, today I want to make another vlog, and it's so beautiful. Finally, winter's gone. We're out of there. Winter's not coming back, I hope. I don't want to see snow. I don't want to see rain. I just want to see sun. But I came to you on location today because I wanted to talk about and have another vlog like we always do. I want to talk about our ancestors in nature. I'm starting to feel like a lot of us are getting out of touch with nature, and we have to always realize and understand that our ancestors were always connected in nature, right? Regardless of whatever religion or whatever civilization or ethnic group or kingdom they came from, they were always in touch with nature. And especially, ancient Kemet, Egypt, whatever the names, there's a couple different names for it, whatever you know it by. Different kingdoms throughout West Africa, East Africa, North Africa, South Africa. There was always noted, or there was always notes or clues that have been left behind, pictures, paintings, right, art, sculptures that were left behind by our ancestors to let us understand that nature was a big part of who we were as a people, and we must not forget that. I think a lot of times as we're going into the newer generations, we're starting to forget what nature's like, and that's why I came out here to speak about this and our African ancestors and what nature meant to them. There were a lot of different kind of African civilizations. There was African civilizations that animals were used as, for example, nomads, right? Animals were used as a way to sustain life. When they would travel from one area to another area, these animals were used for milk, for meat, and to ride on, as far as camels and different kind of other animals that were used to ride on. So animals have always been a significant part in that aspect as a nomads, but animals were also companions. There was also a lot of accounts of animals that were shipped in from different parts of Africa to other parts of Africa, and animals, there has been many occasions of animals that were lifetime partners and friends of a ruler or a king or a queen or just regular people in general, right? When they dig up their bones or dig up artifacts, sometimes they're the dog or maybe a monkey or a lion or a giraffe or a camel or whatever it was buried not too far away from them, and in some instances were buried with them, right, along as with their jewels and things of that nature. So nature and animals especially means so much. Animals were also a big part because there was exotic animals that were being traded from one part of the continent to another and all around the world from Africa. So animals were a big part, right? Animals were also looked at in ancient civilizations in Africa, and still are, as symbols, right? So symbolical, right? That or symbolical, and or the way that humans describe themselves, right? With, as far as describing themselves with how swift something is, or how swift they were, or how swift somebody that they knew, or how strong somebody was, right? Let's say you were as strong as a gorilla, or as keen as a panther, or you were as agile and as quick as a cheetah, right? Things like that. So animals played a big part in nature in general, right? Nature can teach you so many things, and our ancestors understood that. Nature can teach you everything you want to know. Everything's based around nature. All of our medicine that we get and we make, the basis of those medicines, even if there's some chemicals that are not found in nature, or some things that are not found in nature that have been man-made, come from nature, or at least the ideas come from nature, right? The way that we interact with human beings, that all played into how we interacted in nature, how we had to survive in certain situations, right? How some cultures, especially the African culture, pray to the sun. There were sun gods, right? Ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt. There were sun gods, and there were moon gods. There were water gods, right? Like the Orishas of West Africa, right? Oshun, right? Water gods. There were lightning and fire gods, right? Like Shango in West Africa, and Orishas, and different kind of religions were based off of nature. Different kind of morals and sayings were based on nature. So I just wanted to make this vlog to, get back in touch and tell people that just like our ancestors, we need to be in touch with nature, right? We need to be out here in the world. I know sometimes it's hard, especially for our generation. We're so connected to digital and we're so virtual, right? Even this new generation coming up after us, man, they're like really connected. They're really connected. But sometimes we need to get off of those things, right? Get off those superficial things like Instagram and things of that nature, even though those things have their benefits as well. But let's be realistic. A lot of us as brothers and sisters, we're using this as a way to promote ourselves as a person, right? But with no substance, with look what I'm doing, look, I got money, I'm getting money, look how many girls I got, or to attract the other sex. And sometimes we need to just get out here like our ancestors did and enjoy nature. It's such a beautiful thing, right? I'm gonna step aside and just let you look for a second, like I mean, you know, this is obviously not nature in the aspect of a lot of trees, you know, a lot of jungle, a lot of desert, but everything's nature, right? This is still nature because there's a lot of flat land and hills behind me, and there's also somewhat trees, and it's just nature in general to where it's like not bombarded by buildings. Even though I'm still in the city, it's not. This is one of the areas that's not bombarded by buildings, right? So getting out into nature is something that our ancestors did, and just feeling the power of the sun, right? The vitamin D, and just thinking about our ancestors and what the sun meant to them, right? And what it means for every human being, and what the moon means, and what the trees mean, right? These are all living things. These are all things that exist in this universe that are alive. So sometimes we need to get back to who we are and go out to nature and just meditate, or go out with your friends and play volleyball, or walk and take a long walk, or take a jog, or run, or just go out and do your hobby in the middle of nowhere, if that's what you want to do, or in the city somewhere, but somewhere that gets you in touch with nature. So that's all I have to say today. That was another vlog that I'm dropping on y'all. Yo, our ancestors knew about nature, studied nature, you know, studied high science. They mastered it, and they always knew that they could learn more. But if you listen to all these old African descent sayings, right, whether it be African American, whether it be African, it always has something to do with something that has to do with nature, right? It's something that compares something with the animal, or something that compares something to nature. So, yo, it's a pretty day. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to go enjoy it, yo, and I hope you guys do. And as always, to all my people around the world, yo, spread the knowledge, spread the message, subscribe, like, and yo, until next time, like I always say, I'm out. One love. Peace.
What up?
Hi.